A $4,000 lab-grown diamond can come back to you worth the price of a nice dinner. Meanwhile, a plain gold chain you almost didn't buy returns most of your money. Same store, same display case, wildly different futures. You've been trained to believe expensive, sparkly, and branded means it holds value. It usually means the opposite. By the end of this, you'll never read a price tag the same way. Here's the rule that controls everything you're about to hear. What you paid is not what it's worth. The price tag describes the store's costs, the rent, the lighting, the marketing, the profit. It tells you almost nothing about what a real buyer will hand you later. Resale value comes down to two things: liquidity and material. Who actually wants it and what it's literally made of. Keep that in your pocket. We're going to use it 10 times. Let's start from the worst. At number 5 on the worst list, trendy, mid-tier designer fashion jewelry. The pieces with a recognizable name, a moderate price, and a look that's suddenly everywhere this season. The pitch is simple. It has a label, so it must hold value. Here's the missing detail. That demand is trend demand. It's renting attention, not building it. The material underneath is usually modest, and the moment the trend cools, the resale follows the fashion cycle straight down. 2 years later, you list it, and the best offer barely clears scrap because the style now reads as dated. That's not a tragedy. Buy it because you love wearing it today. Just don't tell yourself it's an investment. If resale matters at all, buy icons, not seasons. And this next one fools people who are sure they bought something real. Number 4, gold-plated, gold-filled, and vermeil. This one looks identical to solid gold from across a room, and it can cost real money. People see a 14-karat stamp and assume gold value. Here is what that stamp is actually describing. It is a layer of gold so thin it is measured in microns, sitting on a base metal. Think of it as a coat of paint on the exact spot that gets rubbed every single day. Worn on a chain, the back of your neck slowly sands it down. Worn as a ring, your finger does the same. Eventually, you get a worn patch, sometimes a green mark on the skin, and a melt offer of basically nothing, because there is almost no gold to melt. For fashion, it is completely fine. Just never expect a buyback and learn to read plated versus filled versus solid before you pay solid gold money for it. This next one looks far more serious and still will not pay you back the way you think. Number 3, non-branded sterling silver. Lovely to wear, weak to resell. The belief is logical. It is a precious metal, so surely it holds value like gold. The problem is that silver is common and cheap by weight. Its material value per gram is a fraction of gold's value. So the value of most silver jewelry is not in the silver at all. It is in the design, the craftsmanship, or the name stamped inside. Strip those away and you are left with a metal that also tarnishes, scratches, and needs maintenance just to keep its shine. You sell it, you get a fraction back, and the surface wear eats the rest. Buy silver for style and joy. Just know that real resale only exists for signed pieces or serious weight. Now the trap most engaged couples walk straight into. Number 2, the mass market mall diamond engagement ring. This one hurts because everyone calls it an investment. Here's the reality. With most retail diamond jewelry, you don't just pay for the stone. You pay the store's markup on top of it, and that markup is the product. The secondary market doesn't care what you paid. It pays for the center stone's quality, the 4 C's, plus the scrap value of the metal. Those little accent diamonds around the band, they add almost nothing back. So a ring that cost $5,000 can come back at $1,000 to $2,000. And here's the twist nobody mentions. A famous mall brand name can actually return less than the same stone bought unbranded online, because you paid extra for the name and the next buyer won't. A warranty doesn't fix this. A warranty is an umbrella. It doesn't prove the roof was a good deal. If resale matters, buy a certified loose stone and set it simply. And the single worst resale buy on the floor right now isn't fake at all. It's the real diamond everyone's recommending. Number 1 on the worst list, the lab-grown diamond as a store of value. Let me be careful here, because this stone is beautiful, it's ethical, and it is a real diamond, chemically identical to mine. The fake label is just wrong. But as something that holds value, it's a sinkhole, and the reason is supply. Factories scaled so fast that wholesale prices for a 1-carat lab-grown stone have fallen roughly 96% since 2018, from about $4,000 to under $200 at wholesale. Resale retention now sits around 20 to 40% of what you paid, and that's if you can sell it at all. In late 2025, the GIA stopped grading lab-grown stones on the traditional color and clarity scale and switched to simple premium and standard tiers. The trade is openly treating them as a commodity. So you buy a $3,000 ring and some jewelers will offer you pennies or refuse the buyback entirely. Does that make it a bad purchase? No. If you'll keep it forever and you love getting a bigger, cleaner stone for less, it's fantastic. Just understand what you're actually deciding. Buying lab-grown is a rare decision. It is not an investment. Now flip the case over, because the pieces that actually pay you back rarely look impressive. Here's where it gets good. Same display case, opposite outcome, exactly like the rule promised. Number 5 on the best list, solid high-carat gold. Plain chains, plain bands, value sitting in the weight. People glance at it and think basic. That's the point. Gold is priced near its spot value. It is liquid everywhere on Earth, and it carries zero trend risk. Nobody's gold goes out of style. The higher the carat, the more actual gold you're holding, and the more it's worth by weight. You can sell it almost anywhere, almost any time, for a predictable number. The only homework is to confirm it's solid, not plated, and to check the hallmark. If resale is the goal, lean towards simpler pieces over heavily worked designs. You are buying material, not labor you cannot recover. Add the right paperwork, and the next one gets even more liquid. Number 4. Certified natural diamonds with strong 4CS and a GIA report. Not just any diamond, a certified one. Here is the detail that decides everything. The certificate is the asset. A quality stone with a respected lab report stays liquid because any buyer can verify exactly what it is without trusting you. The same stone with no paper stalls and gets discounted because now the buyer is guessing. So put your money into the stone and the certificate and stop overspending on an elaborate setting that will not return its cost. The stone travels. The fancy mounting mostly does not. The next category is quietly beating diamonds at auction right now. Number 3, natural untreated colored stones, ruby, sapphire, emerald. The showroom sells these on romance. Collectors buy them on something else entirely. Here's the part nobody explains at the counter. The value lives in 3 words: natural and origin. An untreated ruby with a Burmese origin report, a sapphire from Kashmir, an emerald from Colombia, backed by a real lab certificate, Isamchuan, pulls serious competitive bidding. But treatment changes everything. Most colored stones on the market are heated or otherwise treated, and a treated stone returns a fraction of an untreated one. There is a practical trap inside this too. Many treated and fragile colored stones can be damaged by an ultrasonic cleaner, the kind a shop runs without thinking. So if someone is charging you a premium for a colored stone, demand a lab report that states the treatment status and the origin before you believe the price. No report, no premium. Now the name itself starts doing the heavy lifting. Number 2, signed, iconic pieces from the top houses, Cartier, Van Cleef, and Arpels. Here, a signature is not vanity. It is a financial multiplier. But this matters. Only the iconic, in-demand collections hold. The Cartier Love, the Juste un Clou, the Van Cleef Alhambra. These retain roughly 60 to 80% of retail, and the most coveted examples have sold at or above their original price. A signed diamond can carry about a 25% premium over the same unsigned stone, and on collectible vintage, a maker's mark can add 50% or more. Keep the box and the papers. They prove it is real and push the price up. The warning inside the good news: a high boutique price does not equal high resale. A random, non-iconic piece from a famous house still drifts back toward its plain metal value. Buy the icon, not just the logo, but one type of piece can actually grow in value, and it is already old. Number 1 on the best list: vintage and period signed jewelry, Art Deco, mid-century icons. This is the only category that regularly appreciates instead of just holding. Everyone assumes used means worth less. With the right pieces, it's the reverse. Rarity, period demand, a genuine signature, and documented provenance all compound, and the supply is fixed. Nobody is making more 1920s Art Deco. A documented Art Deco piece or a vintage Alhambra can sell beyond its original retail at auction. The homework is simple: prioritize signature, period, condition, and paperwork, and get a proper appraisal before you ever sell. And here's the final reversal of the whole video. The smartest investment piece is usually the one that never tried to look like a shiny new luxury purchase in the first place. Step back and notice what just happened. Every trap shared one feature. You were paying for something the resale market does not reward. A trend, a coating, a markup, a manufacturing story. Every smart buy shared the opposite. Real material, or a stone a stranger can verify, or a name a market actively fights over. The price tag never once predicted the outcome. It only ever described the store. So stop asking the showroom's questions. Is it big? Is it sparkly? Is it the famous brand? Is it natural? Those flatter you under the lights and sell easily. Ask the buyer's questions instead. Will a real buyer want this? Can it be verified? Is the value in the material or just the story? Remember the rule: the price tag describes the store's costs, not your future return. Real value lives in liquidity, material, certification, and names the market fights for, never in sparkle, size, or romance. None of this means stop buying jewelry. Buy what you love, knowing exactly what it is. Just ask one quiet question before the price. If I had to sell this tomorrow, who would buy it and why?